Hey VC, how's it going? Right, okay, this is a car boot sale video. I went to a car boot sale probably about a month ago now, and I bought 7 or 8 LPs, all from the same seller. And I've got to say, well, this has got to go down as my best ever car boot find, however you want to describe it, you know. So yeah, so I got there, I got to this car boot about 5:45 in the morning. Not long after I got there, a white van turned up. He's one of these house clearance guys. He got his tables out. And then I think one of the first things to come out the back of the van was a small pile of records, which was obviously placed on the tables. Now, I was about 20 metres away. There weren't many people there, if I'm honest. And because of the colour of the sleeve on the top record, I knew what it was straight away. And I must admit, I probably did a little dad run over to these records, you know. So, and that was this. This is a band called Pussy. The album's called Pussy Plays. I suppose it's a bit of a UK psych rock. Grail for a lot of people. I only know of it because Record Collector reissued it probably about 10 years ago, I think. I think they pressed about 1,000 copies, which I remember the reissue selling out quite quickly because the original copy is so scarce, you know. So the sleeve has got a little bit of wear to it. You can see there's some ring wear there, but it is complete. There's no rips or tears or anything like that. It's no writing on it. It is in nice condition. But the vinyl itself, it's on the Bluetown label, and I would say that if this record has been played 3 or 4 times, I would say that's it. The vinyl is absolutely pristine. I've listened to it for the first time this morning. It sounds great. I didn't know the album. I'd never heard the music before, and you know, it's typical sort of late 60s psychedelic rock. It's interesting stuff. I will do a needle drop in a moment, so you can hear a little bit of it. But yeah, just, I mean, I've got to say, this is now easily one of the most valuable records in my collection. If you want to look it up, look at it on Pop Psych or Discogs, whatever you do, don't Google Pussy Plays. That's a whole can of worms right there. But that aside, yeah, fantastic stuff.
My world's breaking to pieces. My heart's breaking to pieces. My heart's breaking to pieces. Can't let
you. Right, so as I say, there's a pile of records, and I ended up buying about, I think, 8 LPs I bought. Now, the second one that I came across was this. This is an album by a band called Stonehouse. It's called Stonehouse Creek, a UK band out of Plymouth. It's described as being sort of blues rock, country rock. It is a little bit of a mishmash in places, but the vocalist is definitely going for that sort of Robert Plant style rock vocal. And it's pretty good. I've enjoyed it. It hasn't quite hit the spot with me, I'll be honest with you, but it's an enjoyable record. Most of the records that I picked up had these blue spots on. The blue stickers. I don't know what the relevance of that is, but perhaps somebody will tell me. But yeah, certainly a nice find. And that's on RCA Victor. Again, incredibly clean. Very few plays clearly. But one album that I really have enjoyed, probably the most out of this pile of records, is this album by Creepy John Thomas. Get my words out. The only issue with this copy, you can see the sleeve is ripped on the front there. But that aside, the vinyl itself is fantastic. Yeah, this is an interesting record. Again, I didn't know anything about this. Paul Rogers from Free actually does some backing vocals on this, and it's produced by Connie Plank, credited here as Conrad Plank, who obviously produced the likes of Noi, Harmonia. I think he even worked with the Eurythmics, didn't he? But yeah, some great guitar riffs on this record. I think the second side opens with an absolutely massive bass riff, which I'll perhaps do a needle drop on. But yeah, as I say, this for me has been the pick of the bunch, I think. Again, in great condition on RCA Victor.
the song of the good and wrong, and I'll fade away.
Now, one album that I did recognise was this. This is an artist named Bo. On the album's called Creation. Now, this is on the Dandelion label. Now, Dandelion, of course, was John Peel's record label. It's got that lovely recording label there with the white reverse label there. Again, in lovely condition. Not really my bag, if I'm honest. I say it's produced by John Peel, actually, but this is one that I will perhaps flip just to pay for, you know, everything that I bought. Now, one thing I should say, you know, I don't normally talk about the price of records in my videos, but each of these albums cost me £5, so I paid 40 quid for 8 LPs, which I should get back from that one. So, right, but one album that I have really been enjoying is this band's Junko Partners, their self-titled album from, I think, about 69, I think, is it? On the Phillips label. I think they were from the Northeast. It's described as being a blues rock album, but it's got a big whiff of R&B about it. Lots of Hammond organ, some horns in places. Yeah, I really like this record. As I say, it's on the Phillips label, again in brilliant condition. Phillips records from this sort of period, late 60s, early 70s, always sound fantastic. I think some of my best sounding records are on Phillips from this sort of period, whether it be the likes of Dusty or the Scott Walker albums, and this is no exception. It sounds wonderful, so I'll perhaps do a needle drop on that. And just two more. This is the Poppy Family with Susan Jacks. Now, Doug at Fat City Vinyl recently did a feature video on Susan Jacks, which is really interesting. It's sort of just by coincidence tied in with me finding this record. Now, this is a little bit twee for me. It's just a late 60s pop record, basically. But the thing that sets it apart from other pop music from that sort of period is the use of Indian instruments. So you've got some tablas on here, you've got some sitars, and it's those songs that I think really stand out. They've got a really nice vibe about them. But this is on Decca, a UK copy, very nice. And finally, probably the cheapest one of the bunch. Again, I paid a £5 for this. This is a band called Swallow, early 70s horn rock, you know. So the album's called Out of the Nest. Very much of that sort of sound in line with Blood, Sweat and Tears or the early Chicago records. Very nice. The highlight for me though on here is a cover of Why Am I Treated So Bad by the Staple Singers, obviously originally written by Pop Staples. And I mean, the Staple Singers original is fantastic. The Sweet Inspirations did a great version. Cannonball Adderley did a killer version as well. But this is right up there. A massive funk sound to this, and I'll perhaps finish the video with a needle drop on that. So there you go, that's 7 records from a car boot sale. So cheers.
nobody wrong.